This is That Comic Smell podcast, featuring your hosts,
David Robertson,
Fernando Pons,
Giuseppe Lambertino,
Mike Sadaka,
and Tom Stewart, with special guest
Dan McDade.
Only for all of them to come.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Oh, sugar.
Then I helped myself to chocolate tea.
Oh, yeah. Just help yourself, honestly. Everybody just help yourself.
Bang. Facts from Saviero.
Yes, I just read that not long ago.
Okay.
Very good. Really like it. Have you read it?
Is that the Cuba thing?
Yeah, you're cool.
Yeah. I read it a long time ago.
It's one of those I had downloaded like digitally, and then I've never kind of, I'm gonna read it, and then a couple of weeks ago I thought, well, let's go for it, and I started, I couldn't stop. Very, very good.
Good stuff.
Very emotional.
Yeah. So I was just sitting doing something else with the telly on, and then I went, "There's Mike." The first bit was you were cleaning the
Sturgeon.
creature, and I thought, "Oh, there's Mike." I wasn't, and then it was like the big close up of your head.
Yeah.
I thought he's even going to talk as well. I thought you were just going to be like a background artist.
No. I'm. They were interviewing me yesterday.
Yeah, you had a good bit of banter. It was like, maybe we'll see you
In all sorts of poses, while sort of leaning over the giant 3 metre long sturgeon.
Whose idea was it to have you at the very front of it, just going?
Well, there was a bunch of photographers. Not all of them I know who they were for, because one guy turned up from Edinburgh and he disappeared before he could tell us what paper he was for. And yet I saw him on STV taking photographs of that author, Ian
Rankin.
Yeah, Ian Rankin. Yeah, it was like, oh, that's the same guy, but he disappeared before we could get any details off him. But there's a big picture of me in the Courier and the Telegraph. The Telegraph one's covering almost half a page. Me with the sturgeon giving it a wee clean.
Cool, man.
That's fine.
Nasty, yeah?
That's filth in a pocket right there.
So, I bought these and then I was thinking,
I brought some crisps
£1.60,
as well.
you know? It's not that expensive, really. Or is it? But no, depends how you look at it. But £1.60 for 6 cakes?
Did Mr. Kipling not used to be like 90p?
Probably, but...
Dark times. Inflation.
Yeah. There we go. Have a bake, well.
Sugar.
You had your...
I had my dinner.
You had your dinner.
Just before coming down, just witnessed me demolish a macaroni cheese.
You've left some garlic bread there, haven't
Yeah, well, you want some? You want? Never say never.
Maybe.
There's only...
Maybe. You don't want it to go to waste, you know?
Well, there's only one that's not been bitten out of, I'm sorry.
Alright. Thanks, man.
That's alright.
Bit of garlic bread, can't go wrong.
We're gonna eat this bit.
Nice. Who's turning up next?
Sounds like Giuseppe.
Signor Lambertino.
Hey up.
Hello.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Alright.
Hey, G.
Are you alright? Good
Yeah,
to
man,
see
how are
you. I need one of them.
Oh, well then.
A haircut.
Have you had an haircut or just a wash?
Wash and dry.
Yeah.
I wash my hair so infrequently that when I do end up washing
it's
it
different.
looks like I'm oh shit, that's how it's meant to look.
Yeah. Your mum?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, down.
Good evening.
Yes. Are you well?
Yes.
Good.
And you? Are you well?
I'm very well, thank
Excellent.
you. These are piles over here. I've actually bought some stuff, but I don't know because the theme tonight is music, right?
Yeah.
So
music on, around,
Yeah.
anything to do with,
So I
influence?
bought like Umbrella Academy, written by Jared Way of Thingy, and the hip hop band.
I've never
Yeah.
seen that, but I've seen it like online.
And this by Alan Moore, his showpieces. I'm not even sure if this is a book or if it's just. I think it's a book, and it is, yeah, and like a. Oh God, do you know what? Maybe it's just
Wow.
DVD. No, there is a book. There is a book. Yeah.
Can I have the gander at this hip hop?
Yes, of course. Yeah. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Cool.
The
Oh, I
hip hop family
forgot.
tree, number
I could have
one.
brought the Public Enemy
It's a
album
nice
with
size,
the.
isn't it?
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
music
Great
in our
photo.
message. It was a comic book theme on the cover. I had that in the house. I should have brought it along.
For that, you know.
So this was 2013, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it was only ever released as. Oh no. Was this only ever released as this? As a
No, I
collector's
think it was
comic.
a comic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that this version here is trying to. You see a Treasury edition. It's trying to sort of copy that really nice 70s Marvel treasures. Yeah, it's trying to
right.
emulate that, and it has that same off color, like.
It's nice, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it's
lovely.
lovely. Yeah,
You-
like it's been found in a second-hand shop or something. You know, it's lovely.
You're
Lovely.
definitely right though, that's a
Yeah,
good
not
sort of primer to finding out more about hip hop.
Yeah, I'll probably just
All
smell
the
like
roots and
my
everything.
house. This is not a great smell.
Brilliant.
Ah, 70
That's a good
stars.
start to the.
It's
To the theme, yeah.
See that opening there? It's very sort of
Like
uh,
that guy you bought, Crumb. The Crumb.
no, I was going to say very Love and Rockets-esque. Very
It is.
Hernandez
Oh, yeah,
brothers.
I mean, when they say Cab Calloway, do they mean Cab Calloway from
They
like
do.
the 20s and stuff? Yeah.
Not from the 20s, but like yeah, that sort
Oh,
of
50s.
50s. Yeah,
Yeah.
sort
So,
of
yeah.
swing.
Yeah.
Anyone remember Kid and Play cartoon series in the 90s?
Kid and Play.
Yeah, they were rap musicians and
Name Kid N Play.
yeah, it was like two different people.
Oh, yeah, it's that guy with the
Yeah,
real funny
yeah.
haircut in
With a
it.
really
Yeah.
high fade. Yeah.
No. Escapes me.
Yeah, I saw a film maybe last year that they'd done from years ago. Like,
Yeah, hang on, Straight Out of the Gutter. Okay, when was this released?
2013.
Oh, was it? Ah, okay. So I was kind of thinking, did Straight Outta Compton get it from this? But this isn't the 70s.
No,
you know,
no.
meant to look like it. But still.
I think the guy that did it's quite, well, relatively young. I would guess probably in his mid-30s.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But it's a nice thing.
I think if I remember rightly, did that not heavily influence Baz Luhrmann to do The Get Down as well?
Oh.
I think I read that somewhere. Like he was always into hip hop, but he read this and kind of just thought, "Fuck, somebody really has to make like those kind of stories." But he did like his own interpretation, kind of thing.
Homage to the Flash is in here, but I've spotted. You know how the colouring's
colour.
retro, but there's also like sometimes you get in comics, you'd notice it'd be sort of like that double.
Yeah.
But it'd be the whole
Like
page.
off-print.
I don't know if that's just put in deliberately.
Oh, yeah.
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 I think that's quite the feeling of being sat in front of two huge speakers. Like everything's vibrating.
Oh,
right,
right, yeah, nice.
I thought they were really going for the nostalgia.
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
There you are.
Good effect.
But they did purposely put like misprint, like off-print
Yeah.
bits in between.
Yeah.
How many of these is there?
I think that's a kind of a collection of the whole thing, but I might be wrong about that. I don't
No,
know.
there is.
Is there more?
Yeah.
So I remember
there's
looking
big
it
volumes.
up and going, God, I like the look of that.
Oh, they're huge. Like
This guy's doing an X-Men series.
Really?
That's his next big project, yeah. Called something design. I can't remember what the rest of the title is, but
Grand
it's
Design.
Grand Design, right?
Yeah.
And it's this sort of vibe, but sort of stitching together the history of the X-Men.
Oh.
And I've seen bits of it online. It looks
Oh
terrific.
yeah, I keep seeing tweets from God, somebody Mike Orrid keeps tweeting them up. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are these called again? Bakewell tarts?
That's
Mhm.
Magic Bakewell tart.
Amazing.
Oh, they're almond.
Yeah, and cherry.
Oh,
Isn't
Not so much.
No, no plum.
not an almond.
Cherry.
I thought it was a
Oh.
plum middle.
No, I think
and
it's
the
cherry.
top.
But I could, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right about that.
Yeah.
But it tastes very cherry-ish.
Yeah. I always thought the
You're not a fan
cherry.
of the almond.
No, it's one of
No.
the few things I don't.
I always thought the cherry.
If it's an
aspect was
overpowering
baked on top,
almond
was just the
flavour, I
cherry,
don't like
but
it.
not the
Like marzipan at school, they were always mad for using marzipan.
Yeah.
It's love.
cakes.
You don't
Oh,
like
right.
it?
No, superb.
I didn't bring anything because I couldn't think of anything that
It
I've got
was
that's music
quite
related.
tough to find stuff, yeah. This was the only thing that really absolutely fitted the bill. Everything else was sort of a bit
Yeah, I
of a
was
stretch,
trying to
right?
think of it.
Well, there's
Did you have anything?
There's ones, yeah. There's ones. That
Oh, yeah.
There's
Do
ones
you want
that I've. Yeah, well, pass them over. But there's ones that I thought about as well that I've read but I've not got with me, and ones that have just recently come out, like the Nick Cave autobiography comic that's just came out. That Reinhard Kleist, I think is that his name. And he did like Castro, and he also did Johnny Cash as well.
Right.
The whole Johnny Cash story. But they're like the Johnny Cash one's the one that I've read. If the Nick Cave one's anything like that,
Like a
it's
graphic novel?
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Just like a one-shot graphic novel, big, thick, like coffee table read sort of thing. Like it's really astounding.
Nick Cave, does he?
Nick
Is
Cave,
he the guy from Birthday Party? Nick Cave.
Birthday Party.
The band, Birthday Party.
No, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Was he not in the Birthday Party before?
Oh, I don't know. Ah, shit. My Nick Cave knowledge doesn't go very deep.
Johnny Cash? Kind of get Nick Cave.
He's a big cult
Yeah.
figure.
Is it?
Yeah.
All the guys that are like, divorced now and
Oh, he's a big
kind of
one.
getting towards 50, They like to
The
listen to
angry men think he's good.
angry men.
It's also a
I
big.
think he's quite good. I'm quite angry though, so it does work.
Yeah.
It's also a big hipster thing these days to be into him as well.
Oh, right.
Huge, because he does like films and everything, and film scores and stuff like that as well. So it's
That's
like
right.
Right,
It's
right.
like his music's fantastic, but they've never heard a fucking CD in their life.
And there's a guy in his band called Warren Ellis, which always throws
Oh,
your
right.
Yeah.
sketches off.
Yeah, he does the soundtracks with them. It's usually those two that work together and do soundtracks.
And he writes all those comics, of course, and great big beard. That guy.
Yeah, that
Right. Just want to absolutely clarify the
Absolutely
word.
the same guy.
Totally the same guy.
guy. Oh yeah.
Glad to clear that up.
Very talented again.
Incredible all-rounder. Absolutely amazing. I think it's my two favourite things of his are Transmetropolitan and really everything he's done with the Bad Seeds. Really, really good. I want to see this Godspeed thing with
Yeah, you've commented on that
Yeah,
before online.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
It is atrocious.
Actually, no, we'll get to that first.
It's atrocious.
The
It's
Godspeed
quite poor, yeah.
Kurt Cobain
graphic.
God, the
it's meant to be
cover's
his,
already shite.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's meant to be his.
When I saw Godspeed, I got excited. I thought it was Godspeed, You
It's
Black Emperor.
literally what opening page. Yeah, opening page, and you've got a kind of.
Now this is exactly what Seattle was like in the early 90s. Isn't it? And I know that from watching Frasier, right? Any episode of Frasier you watch has exactly this. Starts off like that, and then you go to this and people got their skin off, and you got a thing on the wall that says God is gay and homosexuals. This is absolute shite.
Yeah.
And there's a
My
turtle in the
God.
corner, Mr. Turtlehead.
Well, these are all. This is all Nirvana based Kurt Cobain things. So like, there's versions of Kurt down here. There's the baby from Nevermind. There's all the stuff from In Utero.
Oh,
and
yes,
stuff like
of
that. It's
course,
meant to be
yeah.
all that, but in
Yeah,
Seattle.
and Starbucks as well, which is where I used to hang out. Probably.
Yeah, probably. The God is gay thing, that's all in his journals and everything. And then there's, him walking with a shotgun and him dead. And then it goes on to everything from his life. But holy shit.
I think compared to those Blue Water comics, it's actually not too bad. Do you know the Blue Water stuff? I don't think they go.
Oh, they do like Kim Kardashian and all that shit. Yeah.
Are you a
Shocking.
big,
Also,
are you a big
right.
Nirvana fan? Were you disappointed with that?
I actually bought this after the fact that having read it and everything as well. Big Nirvana fan. I'll buy anything that's got anything to do with them, kind of thing, even if it's shit.
It's so 90s. I love.
Oh, you are a big Nirvana fan?
Angel wings as well.
Yeah.
It's very.
I'm a big Kurt Cobain fan.
It's very bad.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
terrible. It's actually awful. But I've read the whole thing, and it really does cover most everything, but from a very biased front.
Yeah.
Everything's very, very biased.
Does
I
it make
don't know biased for who really, because it paints Courtney in a bad light. It paints Kurt in a bad light.
Yeah.
But it paints him in a great light as well and makes him look like he's, this fallen
Sort of
angel.
Yeah.
But at the same point, like, he was broken. At the same point, they still go, like, they're 100% behind, he killed himself. And maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I can't really say, Nobody can say. Nobody can say for sure. I mean, he had his demons. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. There's too much going about that to actually give a definite answer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I won't be borrowing it, even though I am a Nirvana fan.
But have a wee sketch.
And I remember Nirvana from when they were out.
Yeah. I've waxed episodically before about the Wicked and the
Oh,
Divine.
yeah.
And its ties to pop and everything, so I won't go too much into it. I'll just say that it got signed.
My copy signed as well. There's a quote.
But it is absolutely fantastic. I can't talk it up enough. I really like how I always really enjoy how they tie mythology with pop culture and pop icons, and it's just
nowadays it's everywhere.
Yeah.
In mainstream pop symbolism and all that palaver, it's right in your face.
I really need to read more of it though. I've only read these two. I've not read the rest of them.
Did you like Phonogram as well?
Yeah, I've only read the first one of Phonogram.
Yeah,
I've not read the rest of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really.
That's
really
more
good.
sort of an indie, Britpop sort of vibe, isn't it?
But that's all very music. Everything about it is music based, down to the fact that he's kind of living in a vinyl. What's the word I'm looking for? Alternate dimension sort of thing.
Yeah.
Jumping
Don't miss that.
jumping from vinyl to vinyl sort of thing, which is kind of cool. What your stuff into that? Pass it around.
Do you want it?
No thanks.
No.
Anybody?
I've seen it. I've read it. I know what the.
I'm sad that I missed out on that. The fifth Beatle.
The Fifth
that was
Beatle.
very good.
Yeah, Brian Epstein's story. I've only read half of it as well. I'm reading so much that I kind of get halfway through things and then go, oh shit, and go into something else. But what I've read so far, it's incredible. Really, it's really well thought out.
Good answers as well,
well
isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
I can't really say much on it because I've only read halfway through. So.
Someone does.
But it's good. It's good that it doesn't focus on the Beatles. I mean, obviously, even from the cover, he's still Brian Epstein himself is in the background on the photo, and they're at the front. So you would almost, even though they're in black and white and he's in colour, you would almost think it's still a story about the Beatles.
That's right.
But it very much keeps them in the background. Any bits that they're in it, they kind of come across as dicks a lot of the time. When
That's surprising in the slides. Can I see how he's done the likenesses there? Because he actually paid for the likenesses, I assume.
I would assume so.
Yeah, that looks like them. It's a bit of them actually. Yeah.
But they come across as
Actually honest.
assholes and some because he's trying to get them to hurry up and go along and everything, and they're just like, fuck it, like I'll take my time, I'll do what I want, and they keep throwing stuff on that he's like, he'll suggest like outfit ideas, and he'll suggest places they should go and everything, and then they kind of turn it around as if to be like, oh, that was our idea, you know what I mean? And I brought along the Armory Wars as well, which is
What's it say underneath? The second
stage Turbine Blade. These are based, well, these are written by a guy called Claudio Sanchez, who plays and sings for Coheed and Cambria. Prog metal.
I photographed them.
Did you?
Not in a studio, but I was in the pit at the front, at a music festival,
Well, all
guy with big hair.
Yes, huge hair, yeah. Well, all of his albums are originally comic book stories. He just turned them into, what's the word I'm looking for? When an album's...
Songs?
No,
when concept albums.
Concept albums, thank you. He turned them all into concept albums. But then he eventually got around to actually putting the original stories into comic book form after the fact, so that you can read along with the album kind of playing and follow along with the story kind of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is it the guy with all the hair or someone else in the band?
It's him. It's
the singer?
Yeah, the singer. Yeah,
oh, right.
He writes all of it. He doesn't draw any of it, but yeah, he writes all of it.
Wow.
I think.
Are they well received?
Yeah, they're very well received from what I can tell. But in their fan base, it doesn't really go out with that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time it's kind of lost on a lot of people.
I think the people that love it really love it.
Right.
But that's not that wide a demographic, I don't think.
Yeah.
Is it just straight up science fiction?
Yeah, straight up science fiction about a couple, Coheed and Cambria, but then it starts to get a bit fucked up as it goes on, because it starts to go from his point of view. Like there's bits where it's like the writer telling the story, and then it goes like sci-fi, like he starts getting into the world and everything.
It's a shame it's not a bit more album covery. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a bit more Tigers of Pantang kind of. You know what I mean? Like the artwork's a little bit generic. It's a shame it's not a bit more odd.
I think Claudio's very much, he's a straight up comic book guy. So
Right.
He doesn't really think about that sort of
Yeah.
other thing. I think it's the other way around. He does a lot of his albums and stuff to look very comic-y as opposed to like the actual work itself.
Yeah.
It's okay, but I just prefer listening to the stories. That's why I've only got the one volume as opposed to anything else. You know, it's
Prefer listening to the
yeah, I prefer listening to listening to the songs and,
Right,
and
right.
figuring out where it goes,
Right.
as opposed to straight up just reading it and being like, oh, that's that's how it was. I liked it better when I was listening to the album and figuring out where the story was going to go next, and
rather than having it all spelled out.
yeah, what did he mean by that line and stuff like that? Whereas
Yeah.
in this, there's straight up lines from the songs.
So all his albums are all concept albums based on comics.
Yeah, the Coheed and Cambria stuff. Yeah, there's only one album that they've done recently that's nothing to do with him. There's 6 or 7 that come before that they're all either prequels. They're all either prequels or spin-offs. But yeah,
cool.
But he is doing them all, which give him his due. That's what he wanted to do in the
Fair
first
play,
place. He just
yeah.
did music because he was into his music at the same time.
Pays bills. It's alright, isn't it? Having two creative outlets. Music and comic book writing.
I went to see them last year before, and they're still as good as ever. Getting on a bit, but still as good as ever. Not able to jump out of the stage as much anymore.
How does he do all that writing with all that hair? Doesn't it get in the way?
No, he ties it all back. You should see it when he
No,
does it.
really, you should see.
Oh yeah.
You should take a look at a picture of him.
Give us my
It's
keyboard.
like
Please. Thank you very much. That's how he looks at the case.
That's how he normally looks.
Wow.
Yeah, that was at his longest.
That's serious volume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine
How does he do that?
How does he wash it?
I'm going to say here that that's too much hair. I think that's actually that's a bit too much.
But it does look good when he's rocking out. When he's
I can see that. I can see that.
He's really going for it.
It's
But not for
extremely-
writing.
No, it's extremely frizzy.
But that's
The condition is not great.
that's normally how he has it. Nice and tied back.
yeah.
And
But even that's like having a fox on his back, isn't it? If that comes over his shoulder, it'll still get in the way, won't it? On the
that's probably the most well-known sort of photo of him that goes about, where he's just that's just a hair with a wee bit of a face. You know, it's more hair than face. But
good fair play. I didn't know that.
yeah. So
You brought up my kind. Brought up.
I brought some.
oh, Scott Pilgrim. That was the other one I was going to mention.
Oh, why? What's the thing there?
Of course, yeah.
That's kind of a mixture between sort of video game reference and the fact
pop.
that indie pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he plays in a sort of indie pop
The
band.
lead characters in.
He's a
yeah.
bassist, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
right.
and that's kind of like their weapons of choice as the fighting stuff as well as like the bass and the drumsticks and stuff like that as it goes.
What
on.
he twats people with?
No,
his
there's
music.
The music.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like
Metaphorically, right?
they
Yeah.
have like bass offs and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
I don't like the film's great, but I
yeah.
can't stand the comic.
Really?
Yeah, I really can't.
That's
stand it.
unusual. Most people are kind of the other way around. The comic's great. Well, I'm the other way around. The comic's
Yeah,
good, and
I
wasn't that keen on the.
I didn't really know
The
about
film.
it before the film, so watched the film and just loved it as an Edgar Wright piece.
Yeah.
And was like, this is great. And then read the books and went, this paints him as a dick.
Oh, he is a dick.
Yeah.
He is a dick.
And
yeah.
yet in the film,
Yeah.
he's not as much of a dick.
Yeah.
He is a bit,
Yeah.
but he's not as
He's
bad.
more passive in the film.
Yes.
Because it's the actor.
Michael
He's
Cera.
he's a much more passive, quiet actor. Yeah, he's very timid. I think he's really miscast.
Yeah,
It's
Who is
completely
it?
wrong.
That Michael from
Cera.
Arrested Development.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a drip. I like him. I think he's great.
Yeah,
but
he's
he's
a
a
great
drip.
actor, yeah.
And Scott Pilgrim isn't.
Yep.
Ah, right.
He's always a teenager, isn't he?
Yeah.
Must be about 36 by now.
There was a guy when we were growing up who was like that, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Do you
he's
remember him with
20.
dark hair, dark curly hair? What was his name?
7?
He was always a kid, wasn't he?
I think.
Oh, he was a famous actor.
Sorry to kill everybody's spirit.
Dark curly hair.
Yeah. He had like that aging thing, didn't he? That.
Different Strokes has that. Gary
Oh,
Cole.
Gary
Coleman.
Coleman.
Gary Cole's the guy from Midnight Caller.
Karate Kid.
Well, that's one of the guys. Yeah, the guy from Different Strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was he in? He was in. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I think probably worse than that is when like a child actor grows up and their body changes, but their face stays exactly the same. So
Like
you get that
Macaulay
Haley
Culkin.
Joel Osment, Macaulay Culkin, but they've got like a real childlike face, but swimming in like a sea of fat, or like bearded, but still a little child's face. Freaky, man.
So did anybody else bring anything else?
I brought in some. I've got to admit, I did struggle a little bit to find musical themes. Because I had wished I had bought the Kiss comic book or the Alice Cooper comic book.
Or the Prince one. Remember the Prince one?
I'm
Love to see that.
not. My mum was a Prince fan. In fact, she's a fan of all that stuff. So I probably
What
would
good
have.
music? Your mum should be here.
Everything. My mum is a Marilyn Manson fan,
There you
and a
go.
Black Eyed Peas fan, and a
Well, they
Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm going off it now.
I couldn't rebel. I could not rebel musically by going into heavy metal. So that's how I know about the hip hop, because she didn't listen to it too often, but she listens to all that stuff now.
So that rebellion, that happy rebellion has closed up.
She had it all
Yeah.
covered. She was
That's
like,
a shame.
I'll let him hear me play all kinds of this music that's normally rebellious.
Your mum has destroyed you, my
teenagers.
friend.
Yeah, and then she got you cornered. It's brilliant tactic. I'm going to use
You'd
it.
have to get into really square stuff. You'd have to get into like real,
Muzak.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
She was a goth, so what
Yeah.
chance did I have?
Oh, you were screwed right at
So-
the start, man. I'm sorry. That's a shame.
So you just grow up listening classical music.
Well, by default, because it's
Yeah,
always
it's like lovely music.
it's-
They're great, yeah.
it's always the music they play on cartoons. So by default, I did end up listening to a lot of classical music as well, especially when I was drawing stuff.
Okay.
No,
That's a shame.
It's true.
Like the old Bugs Bunny stuff and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like that time they got the composer on What's Opera doc.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
great
Yeah.
cartoon,
There's a
yeah.
couple of ones. There's the one where Elmer Fudd's the Viking warrior, and then there's another one where they hired a tenor to practice while Bugs Bunny's outside practicing his musical instruments, and I thought it was a fantastic. I think both of them were done by Chuck Jones. Oh, and if you check my Twitter page, you'll see a cake I did of Chuck Jones's.
Oh yeah.
Celebrating.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, I was celebrating.
His
I've
birthday,
got
yeah.
a photograph here.
That's great.
Celebrating. Here we go. The life of Chuck Jones.
Did you make that?
Yeah.
Like the design and
Yep.
everything. It's really good, man. Nice job. Did you eat it?
I ate part of it. It's for work. Every
All right.
Thursday we have cake and we sort of have a thing.
No, that's quite common. No, that's quite common.
Yeah, you're part
I
of
thought it
it.
might say every month someone makes a cake. No, every
this-
Thursday, a cake a week.
Yeah. Not me. I mean,
52 cakes.
we all
a
take
year.
It might be have lots to do in the collection.
we all take turns. And as for
every
break
Friday.
time, we're very busy.
Oh
So
my.
Just for break
every
time.
Friday when we get together and do our diaries at work, we come in, there's solid caramel cake, there's, you know, there's
Fucking hell, I'm glad I
little
don't
mini
work. I struggle
rolls.
enough with my weight. If I had a full-time job,
Everyone who works in an office is
I'd
fat
be
as fuck.
fucking
They
rolled
really,
up.
yeah, they
Really
do
rolled
get
up.
fat.
What do you think I walk dogs? I just fucking run laps after, like all through the week just to prepare.
Oh, you're pretending to eat the cake, just like, it's delicious. Oh, okay. Straight in the bin. Thank you very much.
Tom,
Lovely.
did you go out jogging? Because I saw someone looking just like you leaving
Running
your
for
flat
dogs.
this morning, but he was all like covered. He had something on. He just sort of ran out this place and then he just ran off.
I
And
go running with the dogs
Yeah.
for about
That was the
2
burglar,
minutes.
mate.
Yeah.
That was the burglar.
doesn't sound like a
The
bird.
house burglar.
There's been too many break-ins recently.
Oh, that's not good.
No way.
I didn't know that. Jeez.
Yeah, just in Dundee in general.
well, as I say, I struggled.
Sorry, okay.
So I picked,
Yeah.
I picked
No, this is
Lobo
your
because
mum's,
of
right? This is
his.
your mum's book.
Oh yeah, her
That
collection.
makes sense.
I picked Lobo because of his uncanny resemblance to a musician I actually saw years back when he was still alive.
Lemmy.
Yep, Lemmy. He came into the shop I was working at. I was working in the bookcase stores in London. This was the Kensington High Street one with lots of celebrities. Lemmy came in, looked at every single type of book except for the music books. He went straight to the war and military history. He stood there for ages, and I was waiting for him to come up and so I can chat away to him and get an autograph. But he just left. He was wearing all black except for the white cowboy boots.
White cowboy.
White cowboy boots.
What an absolute hero.
Yeah, he came in and he frowned at everyone, so no one was brave enough to go up to him when he was in the shop and ask for an autograph.
Yeah. Christ.
There's some interesting pictures of Lemmy and Lobo in here.
Lobo. Yeah.
See, even I'm getting confused now. I called him Lemmy a moment ago. Lobo. There you go. Oh, and it's signed as well. Alan Grant signed that.
Oh yeah, so he did.
My one of my other books here. This one is this is for children. It's called Bastard Bunny. Don't You Know Who I Am? The collected works. And Bastard Bunny is like a musician, but he gets up to all sorts of things, like normal stuff the musicians do, like drug taking and beating up people and having bouncers beat up people and have hitmen come after them. But interestingly, it was Virgin, Richard Branson's group who published this. So like he goes around beating up other musicians. There's a musician, a snake.
Is that Richard Branson himself?
Possibly. I don't know if he actually had any.
Is it Virgin?
Yeah,
Publishing.
The Virgin
publishing
Richard
house.
Branson and all that. There we go. They got their wee symbol there.
Oh, did it?
Did a load of Doctor Who books back in the early
Did like
For a wee while.
There we go.
Right.
Published 1998.
I
So
so dimly remember that.
yeah, well,
Bastard Bunny.
Yeah.
lots and lots of sort of risky bits. Bastard Bunny shags several different species, I believe. He does have a
Actually,
female
that's
bunny
disgraceful.
girlfriend, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't stop him from shagging human women. And there's even a squirrel woman who gets caught.
I like the look of that.
Ah, yeah.
No,
It's
I
one
saw
of
it from
them,
the front.
yeah.
Bastard Bunny looks like.
And that's for kids. Yeah.
No,
I don't think
It's
so.
my
I won't give it to my
18
children.
plus.
my way of taking the piss. But yeah, it gives you a good sort of. Terrorism's also touched upon in there as well. Bastard Bunny nicks a police dog, and he thinks the dog is sniffing out drugs. Goes into a flat. The two occupants of the flat see the police dog, and they jump out the window. And it turns out the dog isn't actually a drug dog. It's for smelling bombs. So of course they didn't find that out until they lit what they thought was stuff for their spliff. So it is a comedy, but it's an acquired taste. But I also have Sam Slade from 2000 AD. This is Play It Again, Sam.
It looked like it reminded me of 2000 AD.
Yep. I see Bastard Bunny has an influence there. This is back in the early 80s, this one. It's all collected and you can get this now. Those I think about 10 chapters where the characters just get into song and rhythm, and I actually found this bit quite annoying.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait for it to be over. But this is also the controversial issue that was released for the World Cup. I think 1982.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Why is it controversial?
It's controversial because in one episode you see a brief shot of one of the Japanese robot players.
No, I'm good.
And it's like stereotypical teeth there, and you think, no, that can't be so. Then the next issue, you see the Japanese audience, which is horrendous
Stereotype.
pictures.
Yeah.
They're all complaining about like having their cameras smashed, and the some of the grammar here is made to take the mickey out of them. Then they're fighting the kid and Sam because their cameras have been smashed, and they're saying some pretty horrendous things. You think, well, 1982, surely someone would have clocked up on this. And then to cap it all off, you see the cover of the 2000 AD magazine, which is
That is insanely racist. Man.
Yes.
That is so racist.
but 1982. That's really recent, and
Yeah.
that was so in all the music, all the paper stands.
Yeah.
So that's actually what stands out more than the actual Play It Again,
Yeah.
Sam. It's a wee bit of a warning.
Did you show me that recently?
I did. I showed you that one recently.
I'm kind of enjoying your sort of very deadpan assessment of it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at the racism. Though of course I do find racism funny. But, of course. But you're sort of very deadpan, kind of like, and look at this bit, look at this bit. I thought it was very good. Probably better than the comic itself.
Cheers.
It's lovely artwork though, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I like Sam Slade and I like the artwork.
I remember it from the comic. Lovely.
I got the first 2 volumes. That's volume number 3. The first 2 really explained a lot because I got into Sam Slade when it was all in colour. And it was the one when he went to a planet, a huge mega story, like 10
Is that
or
the
12
story
bits.
then? Does he hunt rogue robots? Is that what it? Right.
Yeah.
Slade Robo Hunter, yeah.
But it's a really, really cool character and franchise, and it stopped about 20 years ago. The last story I saw was I think it was Sam Slade faking his death or so with the robot frog that's with him. But when I looked at the artwork, it looked like someone had done it with biro pens.
Ryan Hughes did it for a bit.
Did he?
Yeah.
You might want to check the
style.
I do remember,
makers
it's
there.
very clean looking, the thing about 2000 AD and the sort of racial stereotypes is that in the 2000 AD future, everyone has been kind of reduced to their most kind of basic. Every nation has been reduced to their most sort of basic traits. So when the character goes to Britain, it's very, very British.
Yeah.
Like stereotypically so.
Yeah.
When it goes to Scotland, everyone's like in kilts.
I noticed that with
like
Nicola
middle-faced
Dante.
McNulty types. Yeah, and
they had the British aristocracy in one of the episodes. One of them came off worse for wear when he got impaled on a statue after falling from the mid sky.
but even the Americans in the future are sort of fat and deranged and gun crazy, you know,
and possibly wearing cats on their head.
Yeah, well, what?
That's a Trump reference.
Oh right.
Oh right. I'm like, what?
I went along with that, but I'm like, oh yeah, hey.
It's like nod your head, smile, and don't make direct eye contact.
Like there's a British goofball here with like a bowler hat with a sort of you know.
But the thing is, these guys are British, so they can get away with it. That
Yes, I know that. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Well,
there's Thatcher.
Yeah.
Sort of Robo Thatcher there. So you tended to skip. There is a lot of music in this.
It made such a large portion of that.
So what's the
I
deal?
was really desperate to get over it when I was reading it.
Pages and pages of it.
But how does it just? What's the connection with the music and that?
It looks like some sort of Olympic style event, and there's lots of audience chanting, like going.
And in every episode, it's that
stuff.
Just for that one story, play it against.
Right.
No.
I remember it at the time. I was buying it then. It was when World Cup '82 was on.
Yeah, that's the story.
Yeah, good times, eh?
I remember that World Cup.
Paolo Rossi. Paolo Rossi.
What a World Cup that was.
It was good, wasn't it?
Oh, it was
you know, he's
brilliant.
arguing with his cigar and everything, his robot cigar, talking back to him, you know.
Yeah, he was there to stop him from smoking.
Yeah.
David, did you bring anything with you?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Strut your
Cool,
stuff.
cool. Now, Alan Moore uses music a lot in his stuff. Like if you think something like V for Vendetta, he's written a whole little kind of light operetta that kind of goes.
Right.
You know, there's one whole chapter of it that's just all musical. Do you not remember this? Yeah,
No, I
and
can't
it's
remember
shots of
this
him playing the piano.
Oh, yeah.
They've got the musical
Yeah.
notation. I mean,
Oh.
it's literally composed. It's
Okay.
playable.
It's been a very long time
It's
since
been a
I've
while for
read
me
it.
as well, yeah.
I can't.
And I would tend to skip that one or try and really force myself to read that chapter just to get through it.
to get through it.
That looks deadly
Yeah, because he
serious.
did it in the league as well, didn't he? One of them was,
Yeah.
was
I see. I remember it now.
1909, was it? Or,
Is that Carl Baker? It is, isn't it?
yes, this is Kyle Baker. Break the Chain.
Yeah.
This came with a cassette in it. You could read along the story while you were going through it. It was
Is it
another one of
DMC?
those 50p.
I like that bag that
It's
goes
nice,
with it.
Yeah. That
So
really
that
makes
is
it a bit
specific
special,
to
isn't
go with the comic.
Yes,
With
yeah.
a tape in it, yeah.
yeah, it was in there with a tape.
Oh, it's a Marvel comic.
Yeah, I always forget
It's
this
Marvel, yeah.
It's quite
It was
experimental
some
for them.
Marvel,
Nice.
Yeah.
published by Marvel Music,
KRS-One.
Oh, that's KRS-One, yeah.
1994. But I mean, I just bought it because it was Kyle Baker, so. And it looked interesting.
Nice.
Kyle Baker's great.
He did a bit in that Beatles book, didn't he? That fifth Beatle thing you were looking at.
It was credited on it.
There was a section in it that's there's pages by him.
Yeah.
So that's really, really nice. He's always he's streets ahead with the computer art, isn't he, Kyle Baker?
Yeah.
And I like his philosophy to it. Most people I know that do it are working on it, getting it to look like it's not
Real.
digital.
Oh, right.
You know, like,
Yeah,
I didn't want
yeah.
you to know it's digital. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. And whereas he's always like, well, just don't do it digital if you want to do
Yeah.
that. He purposely makes it look digital, you know.
What was this book I read? Special Forces. That's got a lot
Yes,
of that.
that's tremendous.
Yeah, it's really, really good. But by the end, it's almost all digital
Yeah, he doesn't hide
stuff.
it.
No,
Here
it's
it
just
is.
correct. Yeah. He's great.
Yeah.
But I think if it was anyone else, I might be a bit suspicious about it. But I know he really can draw. Like, I know he's like, his chops are superb, you know.
Mm.
And he can do very different styles.
Yeah.
Really well.
Yeah. If you look at his early Marvel stuff,
Yeah.
it's so kind of gritty and then kind of realistic, and then the more kind of elasticated it becomes with his cartoony stuff. It's great, but it's still got a little bit of grit.
His inking for Marvel was great. I turned on to him then.
Yeah, I think he was maybe only second to somebody like Bill Sienkiewicz or someone like that, you know.
I'm sure it's on YouTube now as well. Like the
The
audio from the cassette.
Oh, right.
You can see.
Someone will
Probably
put it.
somebody's animated it and put all that on as well, you know.
Reminds me a bit of that
Oh, the
cartoon
Crumb
film, BB's Kids. Yeah. If you've ever seen that.
I don't think so. BB's Kids.
Except that was set in Los Angeles.
Right. It looks like that.
Yeah, it's a similar design.
His stuff is so good.
Yeah, so that was a goodie. I brought along Public Enemy.
Oh,
Yes.
When's that from?
Oh jeez, you know,
Long
it
time
was
ago.
like probably 10 years ago or something now.
Right.
I mean, it seems recent to me, but
Did they? I take it they endorsed it.
yeah,
Right.
2006. Okay,
Oh wow.
Yeah, you're about right there.
Not really.
and it's it's how can
Like-
you know, I love Public Enemy. It was a Public Enemy comic, so I thought I'll try it. You know,
Yeah.
but
and then I read it, and it was like,
but the later.
You can sort of see from the cover that it's only kind of so really.
yeah. And it's playing them as being like superheroes, you know.
Yeah.
And they're running around beating up bad people and rapping and so as an oddity, it's interesting.
It's kind of like Wu-Tang Clan.
Coming next issue.
Ah, so Chuck D actually wrote part of this.
Yeah, they were well involved in plugging it and being in.
Oh dear.
That was the guy that used to draw body bags. Do you remember that comic, Body Bags?
Jason Pearson.
Yeah, his style. I never noticed before. It kind of echoes this.
Yes.
You know, that kind of like I'm looking at the way he's done the hand and the kind of really aggro mouth. It's very like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. What was Body Bags?
It's like an assassin and like a kind of little girl. Yeah.
Asian American origin or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I really remember.
And it was really it would only come out intermittently. It was never like a real regular series.
By Dark Horse.
Yeah,
Comics.
Of course.
yeah. It's sort of, it didn't have the same feel, but it would kind of come out the way like Hard Boiled comes out. Just when Shaolin Cowboy. Just whenever the artist could be bothered to do it, then an issue would come out. You know, but it was always a real art book. It always looked really nice.
Not very many of them. There are not very many of them, but there are, because I got some of them at my mom's house, still have them when they appear in Spain.
He was going to be a big deal for a while. He was doing Marvel covers and
because
stuff.
they seemed to be going to be, wow, and then
Yeah. But
They
he's
did
a
that,
real name for a while. Yeah.
disappear. And it's not the odd things. I have I'm pretty sure he did an annual for Marvel of some comic, I can't remember now, but it's not done very much.
No.
I'm not
He was doing a
thinking
lot of
there.
covers for a while. It's kind of style that's like this, crossed with like Michael Golden. You know, that sort of Michael Golden kind of texture.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of there is a touch of caricature there and added to the figures of their faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everyone in this looks like they're dancing as well. So there's like a musicality to it. Everyone's like stomping their feet, you know. It's cool.
A Public Enemy one, that's like later Public Enemy career as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's
2006, yeah.
Is that little than large?
Sure.
Let's see.
You don't like PE when later on?
later on, no.
Do you wanna say-
Earlier on,
No?
yes. Later on.
Fuck, what's wrong with that?
Oh no. I thought they were starting to go downhill.
No, okay. I brought this because it's.
Oh, well done. That's
Adamant.
well done. Good man.
This
That's
is
it.
the fantasy stories of Adamant in Tops, 1982. The artwork's
Fantastic.
beautiful.
Well, it's as old as
It is
the Sam
astonishing
Slade
the
one.
good quality artwork. These things like Looking would get. It's amazing.
And here's the
Wow.
life of Toya,
They're not all good. This is not very good, but
Toya Wilcox.
yeah,
Toya.
Yeah. But it's the Adamant that's the highlight.
yeah,
It's
that's the
it's
shit.
so nice.
That is the shit. That's lovely.
I can remember copying this when I was a kid because I thought it was so good.
It's just like the looking
I like
fast
that.
forward
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
Is there anything
Shaking
else?
Stevens.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen that comic.
Love Shaking
Yeah.
Stevens.
I might have had
Shaking
it.
Stevens is great.
Yeah, brilliant.
Is that Toya?
We've
Is
done
that?
quite a few recent songs,
in the
Shaking
middle.
Stevens.
Kim
He's
Wilde.
effectively
Kim Wilde.
an Elvis
Kim Wilde.
impersonator.
Yeah.
He's fucking brilliant.
He's ace. Yeah.
Because
And
he
then-
knows he is.
Yeah.
Even as a kid, I was like, oh, Kim Wilde's alright.
Shaky.
Adamant comic, so it's really nice.
Yeah, I'll have been 8.
They did more straightforward Adamant things. Yeah, Looking, you mentioned Looking. They would have like biography comics
Yeah.
and things. This one was more you know, you always had the different makeup and characters. Adamant. So they would act out. He was Prince Charming. You know, he was the whoever. There was loads of them, wasn't there?
And
The
fast
Dandy
forward.
The Dandy Highwayman. Yeah. So you'd have a different fantasy story each time.
Dandy Highwayman was the best one.
I think I probably like the Dandy Highwayman best.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his guns.
Stand and
Quite
Deliver,
cool.
man.
Yeah,
One of
yeah,
the best
yeah.
songs ever.
Yeah, Adamant. So that was DC Thompson's. That was quite unusual for them at the time.
How long did that run, that Tops? Was it quite a...
No, it wasn't too long. I mean, I'd be guessing, but if it was like a year and a half or something. Maybe.
Oh, right.
I don't think it crossed over in a way that something like Looking did. Like Looking was a phenomenon.
Yeah, that was their
Yeah.
version of Looking,
Yeah.
kind of, and it didn't last too long.
Peanuts.
I
Oh,
got
sorry,
so
Charlie
many
Brown
issues
and
of Looking in my attic, in the box.
Do you still have them?
Oh yeah. The only problem is
That's worth a bit too.
they might be, but I made the mistake of getting punch and punching most of them, and putting them in binders. So if only I had known at the time, I would have been stopping myself.
They're meant to be very nice.
That's shaky right there on the cover. Fantastic.
Yep. Although, very Bryan Ferry look on the cover.
Yeah, it is quite a Bryan Ferry look. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Just a juice
Hey, more dinosaurs.
Fucking just.
Yeah, great band.
Love Bryan Ferry.
Yeah, Bryan Ferry's great. That was great.
Yeah, he's
brilliant.
And Roxy music. Is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. He's like one of the, he was one of those that when I was younger I heard a song of his on, what was it, Top Gear Anthems or something. It was the first ever mixtape that Top Gear put out when they started, and yeah, I remember just hearing and being like, who the fuck is that? Like that sounds incredible. Like it just sounded so weird.
Yeah.
Just
Because
so
he's kind of
strange.
crooning. Yeah. It doesn't.
Like,
his choices really don't make any sense.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
Excellent.
version of Starsky and Hutch.
What was that?
But better.
Professional.
Way
Yeah.
better.
Do you know they're repeating that just
Aye.
now? You've been watching it.
Every-
It's so
every
dated.
now
It's
and then or
unbelievable.
so.
The late 70s masculine
Yeah.
tough guy.
The sort of
Yeah.
stinking pubs they sit in with
Yeah.
these huge jugs of beer.
Oh, it's
Oh, darling.
I wish there was some of them pubs still though.
Like the Sweeney.
It's entertaining.
The Sweeney was good.
The likeness is really...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Gordon
Yes.
Jackson, is it?
Yeah.
He was actually the main man in the Professionals,
Steve
not the two
Basically,
policemen.
yeah.
Gordon Jackson
Good for
was
them to actually get the
the
likeness.
main guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember. That's good for them to actually get the likeness like that though.
Yeah.
It's not a case of they've scanned in a photo or
No.
something. They've
Hey,
actually
oh,
sat there.
Debbie
and taken
Harry.
the time. Yeah, Debbie Harry.
Go on,
Harry,
Debs.
yeah.
Go on, Debs.
They would make the noise
synchronized.
at the same time. Yeah. I don't think we should put this podcast out. Just delete this one.
Going
No,
down, down the tube.
It was too aroused. It was too hot for TV.
Everybody agrees. Men
Yeah.
and women everywhere.
Right, come on, it's my turn. Jeez. I've waited long enough.
Been waiting all this time.
Yeah.
Gang.
God, that's actually really not very good, is it? The little enlarged strips. It's actually quite shit when you get close up. Never mind.
I've got a system, yeah.
Okay.
There's a system. There's more.
There's a system.
There's more.
Oh, is there more
But
to
how are you
come?
going to top this? Well, Yeah, I think you shot your bolt, man. This is the one right here. Look, the Paul Daniels puzzle page. I can beat that.
Wow.
Paul Daniels, eh?
Yeah, what a guy.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Yep.
He's probably in hell, let's be honest.
He was always on, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
After the Louis Theroux doc, though, fucking hell.
I thought he came off quite well in that.
Yeah, that was an eye opener, though.
Yeah, they are quite seedy people, I suppose. Yeah.
Yep.
But not actual, deviants.
No, it wasn't.
Deviants,
No, it wasn't like the Hamiltons.
Yeah.
That was fucking.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got there?
This is great. It's like Garth or something.
Oh! Whoa!
Sex Pistols. Steve Parkhouse.
At least tell me it's better than the Kurt Cobain thing.
Well,
It's the same guy. It's the same guy as Jim McCarthy.
But this was good because
Right.
Steve Parkhouse drew it.
That's it.
So
That's
it
the
looks nice.
shit. Yeah.
Very good. And again, I think this was 99p in the works.
Oh,
Really?
In where?
The works, did you
It's
see?
worth looking in the works every so often.
Yeah.
I do believe I'm sort of bamboozled by
how the setup is.
yeah, just everything. Yeah,
They're
it's
either
like a very dense Woolworths.
Yes.
Really crunched right
So
down.
that's
yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
nice
see, they're
bit.
either on like these stands at the front, or
Yeah.
they're in beside the bubble wrap, or they're in beside like fucking Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
Monopoly.
they're just
or,
around,
you
yeah,
know.
just kind of
And
like.
sometimes there's lots and lots of stuff, and
Yeah.
sometimes there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They-
Yeah,
Guys
that's
want to
right.
go and have a look.
That's right. It's like life. It's very, you go in and
Up and
sometimes it's
down.
good and it's great, and then sometimes you go in and it's fuck all, and it's always confusing.
Yeah.
Always.
They often have DK Doyle and Kindersley
They do.
fact
They do.
They
books, quite often likes of the DK books. The
The
company
kids'
did like
factual-
facts things,
Yeah.
like
Quite good,
Avengers
quite
or
good,
Captain
those,
America
yeah.
or
Oh,
Spider-Man
right, yeah,
or
yeah,
Batman.
Yeah.
But you don't usually see graphic novels beside them. I think, like you say, they're scattered.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
scattered, yeah.
Yeah.
The-
That's quite a coup getting that or finding that. Even. Jesus.
I remember finding
Yeah.
a Spider-Man book shoved in amongst the fucking Jamie Oliver cookbooks. Like, they're just like right there in the middle, like, oh, Spider-Man, and then fucking like there's Jamie Oliver one side and then Jello Lawson on the other. You're like, what the fuck? Why?
What's
And
that,
that's-
John Romita?
Just general
The art of John Romita
pop
Senior.
culture.
There's no alphabetical, no nothing. Just it's just fucking shove it in there.
Yeah, Art of a Spider-Man or something like that. Yeah.
Nigel Lawson was on telly last night. Spider-Man's out just now.
Yeah.
Shove it in there.
There we go.
Dear Ant. Dear Ant. Not Dear Adam.
Adam
Or Dear Mr. Ant.
Ant.
Just Dear Ant.
It's the business. He's cool.
Yeah.
But what a shocking lack of respect from the putative letter writer there. Dear Ant.
Yeah.
Maybe it's supposed to be DC Thompson always gets it slightly wrong. And that is just a little evidence that. But what a great find there.
Like
is.
Dear
That's great.
Adam.
Yeah.
It really looks like Bryan Ferry.
He really does look like Bryan Ferry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
But he's got like about a tenth of his talent, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, he's great, but he's no Bryan
It's.
Ferry.
I think it's the fucking pastel suit.
Yeah,
that's-
if you cut off the legs, like if you because he's doing the sort of Elvis legs.
Yeah,
that's
very
just Bryan
true.
Ferry.
That is Bryan
yeah.
Ferry. Yeah, you could stick Roxy music behind
Yeah,
him. Behind
yeah.
him.
More
Behind
than
him.
this,
Let's-
it's just know this.
Yeah, but that's that more than this
So
and
that's good.
Yeah.
more than
like
this
a-
and Slave to Love.
Yeah.
Two songs that are very, but they're all very melodic. Very.
Yeah.
He has that, and
Yeah.
then you skip to Virginia
Virginia Plain.
Wow.
Virginia Plain,
Yeah.
and it's fucking.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah,
what the
yeah. Or like Love is the Drug. Which
Yeah. It's totally different. Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
just two
yeah.
completely But then that was that not the point with Bryan Ferry? Was there was two opposite careers? There was
Yeah.
Bryan Ferry, and then there
Oh,
was
that's
Bryan
music.
Ferry and
Oh,
Roxy
no.
music.
Yeah.
They've actually drawn that famous interview with Bill
excellent.
Grundy.
Excellent. That's good.
So he totally-
You dirty rotter. You fucking rotter.
You dirty old man.
Dirty old bastard.
Oh, I've said a word that cannot be broadcast. Go on then, what is it?
Nothing
Shit.
a rude word.
He was fucking egging him on that whole
Yeah.
thing.
I
Go on,
heard
say it
that,
again.
that
He was
Grundy
drunk.
was a nasty piece of work.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
he was.
he knocked out someone, a girl in a restaurant,
Yeah,
the
fucking-
waitress, because she brought him the wrong
Tosser.
meal.
Clearly
Yeah.
a tosser. I think they were waiting for an excuse to sack him.
Yeah.
You know. That interview was out of his control. And where is he now? Nowhere. He's in hell.
Well, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you like that.
Yeah, this is great. This is just like a total
It's a big
flashback.
time capsule.
Yeah.
To me, that interview
This
here is
story that
actually the
accompanies that
highlight.
lovely picture of Debbie Harry. It's not a particularly good story though.
Was it not?
It talks about how she basically serves up meals to guests in just like bits of polystyrene that she has around the house. Which makes it sound it makes it sound like a squatter. Frankly.
Very artistic.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah.
Like Richard Branson again,
Great.
except a different portrayal.
Yeah, a more accurate one.
Yeah, the snake that he was portrayed as in the other thing.
It's just a really nice looking book, isn't it?
Yeah, Parcast's great though.
Colours are nice.
It's a really underrated, I think, Steve Parcast. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's brilliant. Thank you, sir.
Tops for girls and boys.
Sure.
Unisex.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Shaking Stevens, Debbie Harry.
I remember that.
Yeah, perfect.
Exactly.
A bit of something for mum, something for dad. You know.
Do you know if you put those rock pops in your mouth and drank Coke, it'd blow your head off?
Aye, that's what they said. Yeah.
You would die. I believe that's what I heard. Yeah, it's actually legal. Yeah.
They'd moved on from pop rocks from when I got them. They were space rocks.
Yeah, space rocks.
Did it have the same effect? Is it the same sort?
Same exact same thing. Yeah.
Same sort of power.
Although that rumour that went about.
That they would kill you.
Yeah, it was always in our school. It was fucking do it. So
I think it would blow up your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never got that. It'll
That's
kill
so
you. It was
funny.
just do it. Okay.
Do it. Boom. Right, here's my
There's
last
more.
thing. Yeah, there's one more.
What?
Magic
One more that
bag.
came to mind.
Okay.
You can't.
Side spot, Billy's bag.
We're all getting spoiled.
What's this?
Marvel.
Oh.
Created-
Fantastic Four.
I just read that. His
Okay.
name's Gorgon in the thingy. That's part of the. That's in the Coming of Galactus thing.
Yes, it is.
Before.
You bought that and you've been reading it.
Yeah, I read it all. Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Good.
I must say that I didn't enjoy the art as much as I thought I was gonna.
Oh, okay.
As much as say that Captain Victory that is
Right.
it Captain Victory.
Okay, yeah.
He's
yeah,
not
yeah.
really kicking out the jams yet, you know.
Right,
Jack
okay.
Kirby's- I think it's the 70s where he starts to get really like.
Right,
I was gonna
because
say,
I was wondering if it had something to
cosmic.
do with the Incas that you guys have mentioned before. I was
Yes.
wondering if it had something to do with that.
Like-
no, I think it's Synod, isn't it?
It is. Joe's in it. Yeah, that's right.
Check Stone.
But no, it's that. I mean, the
It's an
first
Inca.
story in that edition I got is where they're getting married.
Yeah.
And it's like
Brilliant. Everybody's in it.
one villain after another. It's like the hordes have arrived. It is really good.
Yeah, it's legend.
Look at that. So what's the music thing in there?
Where's this going?
I'll try
So
to
the reason I bought this was
To show off.
the story, the Human Torch and the Thing meet the Beatles.
Oh, look at that.
Alright? I mean, there we are.
Oh yeah. They've made a
Oh,
few
yeah.
appearances in
Wow.
comics, so.
I just remembered.
They're in Marvels.
Did that,
They're
yeah.
in the
So this was the
audience during wedding.
60s.
This was the 60s.
Right.
Didn't they not? Wasn't it the Jackson 5 met Batman or Superman?
Fat Albert's gang was beaten up by Batman's robots in Kingdom Come. I don't know if that's what you're thinking of. I'm not sure.
I'm sure the Jackson 5s were
That's a
on.
nice little time capsule there.
Another musician has sprung
It's got
to
that
mind,
comic
Rob
smell,
Zombie.
for sure.
There's a bit where you see Gotham.
He's
So-
and you
practically
see
choke
his
on
His name is Gorgon,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
They all look like the Batmobile of sort of administering justice. And this
So it
is
wasn't
Fat
just
Albert's-
part
Fat
of a
Albert's gang
Fantastic Four
down the
run.
Street, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So what's that? Marvel's Greatest.
Oh, that was a reprint series.
This.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
right.
they're reprinting the 60s stuff in this.
Right. So this wasn't the original way it came out.
No.
Oh, right,
No.
right. So it did come out as a
As an
Fantastic
issue
Four
of
issue,
Fantastic
yeah.
Four, yeah.
God, it'd have been amazing to have got it. You could tell the way just the writing. He was good at writing Stanley at the time then as well.
Yeah. The characters and
Yeah. Rereading the Fantastic Four, they're really well defined of the characters. I never realised how much internal dialogue the Thing has as well.
oh yeah.
He's probably the most well defined
That's probably true.
character, I
It's
think.
It's very
in there.
sympathetic.
Probably the
isn't
most
it?
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah.
Because he's always
He's the most distinctive character.
Yeah,
like
he-
Reed Richards is a fairly sort of generic
He's
kind of
Scientist.
hero
Yeah.
scientist, yeah. And Sue Storm's like, oh no, I can't
Yeah.
fate.
But him and the Torch, there's a bit
Yeah.
more to him, even though
Yeah,
the Torch
that's
is a
right.
bit vacuous. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Thing's
right.
like,
He is
Yeah.
so vacuous. He's such a pretty boy. He's
Yeah.
like, I just don't think they're anything but hot
Yeah.
lads and girls.
oh, I've just seen you once, I'm in love. That girl, that Crystal from the Inhumans or whatever. Oh, come back. Shut up, there's lots of birds where you're from.
No, Crystal's pretty special, let's be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
she is.
they all were with that haircut back then.
Yeah.
Anybody read the adverts here?
Oh, the adverts
Yeah.
are good. You need specs just for adverts.
I didn't do that. Got fucking stabbed.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Didn't I?
Right down. and into the kneecap.
Who?
Johnny Rotten. The other thing to remember about Johnny Rotten was he was like 17 when Sex Pistols happened. He was like a kid.
Yeah.
Right. That is
He was
young.
his
Compared
job was
to the others,
in
how
pest
old were the
control.
others?
Don't know. I think they were older.
20s.
Yeah. Because they were like a band, weren't they?
Yeah.
And
Sid,
then
Sid Vicious
got
was
to-
22 when he died, wasn't he?
How
Really
old?
young. 22, wasn't he?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That comic smell.
Yeah, definitely. I remembered where it was. I was thinking of
Yeah, I was loving that.
What was it?
That Galactus, coming to Galactus. Brilliant.
Archie. Archie
Oh
comics.
yeah, of course, yeah.
And Josie and the Pussycats
Mm.
in general. But Archie had a band, didn't he?
Yeah,
Right.
with the Archies.
But there's also
Got a beetle wig on. The thing with a beetle wig.
Yeah. It's cool, eh?
there's also like recently they've done like Archie meets the Ramones.
They all laughing at him in
And
the
they're doing, Allred's about to do Archie meets the Monkeys, and
Yeah.
I'm sure they've done Archie meets Kiss or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
They've done loads of them. Like
Mm.
it's very music.
Did Rob
influenced.
Zombie do comics?
Probably.
No, I don't think so. I
No.
don't think he did. I think he's very film based. Everything was very film
Do
based.
you know, I've got a funny feeling that he did. I don't know what the company was called, but I kind of vaguely remember in like the sort of the high peak of like the Wizard magazine era. I seem to remember
Right.
Rob Zombie. There was some
Yeah.
kind of crossover around that
Yeah.
time. I don't think it. I don't think it either took off at all, or it certainly didn't last. But
Right.
I think
Yeah,
I think
it rings
he
a
did.
bell.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah.
I watched the film not so long back, which ties into music and comics because it was launched as it was going to be a film, a comic, and music released after, and it was. But it never took off. It's about a band, Buckaroo Banzai, Adventures in the Eighth Dimension or something.
Yeah.
That was all set up, conceived to then follow on with a comic and an art, but it never did, apparently.
Kev Smith was meant to be doing like a TV series of that recently, but then
Oh,
there was like a big hoo-ha about the rights and stuff like that, so he had to
right.
just bow out quite quickly.
I must admit, I enjoyed the film. It was a fun
Still haven't
80s
watched that.
film.
I'm sure there was an adaptation of it.
There was an adaptation,
Oh, right.
but it didn't go anything any like
No.
beyond that. You know.
Not beyond that.
No.
Well, last one I've got here is the R. Crumb's Heroes of Blues, Jazz and Country. Lovely little piece. There's not really much to say on it, obviously. You know, you get a lovely piece of Crumb artwork, and you get a nice little biography at the side of whoever it is that he's drawn. But it does come with a
It's a
lovely
nice
CD.
little book, yeah.
It does come with a lovely CD with the artists on it, and it's a decent wee. it's
A
decent
song
wee-
from each of them artists is on it.
That's quite nice.
Is it a
package.
dare
Yeah,
CD?
that's quite good.
Is it a Data CD or a music CD?
No music CD.
Oh, I'd be surprised it could. I mean, how many artists are in that book? I'm surprised it could fit a song from every artist on it.
Well, in all fairness, a lot of them we'd only done songs that would have been like a minute
2
and a half
minutes,
long or
minute and a
something
half.
like that. So
Yeah.
21 tunes on it.
Right.
maybe it's not all of them then. Oh, no, it is. No, it is. Isn't it?
Well,
It's maybe
that's
just
30
a bit,
minutes.
Oh,
There's,
that's coming
there's
later.
space left on the
Yeah,
CD and all.
Yeah.
Either way, the CD's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, CD's amazing, and to get a bit of Crumb just straight up nice art. As
Yeah.
opposed to some. Not that there's anything wrong with the crude, crass stuff that he
Oh,
normally
that's
does, but
good.
it's
Yeah,
good to have
the
that.
filth.
Yeah.
Bring it. Yeah, absolutely.
He does have his dedicated. He does have his dedicated ones that he knows are just
Jeez.
meant to show off his talent.
These are really different.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
wouldn't even look at that and think it was
That's it.
Crumb necessarily.
No, you're right.
He's really tried something different there. Yeah, I mean that he's got his line
Yeah.
and that. Like,
Yeah, that one just looks like
The
an old
painted
timey
one, yeah.
poster,
I think
doesn't
they've
it?
all been done
It's
at
good.
a lot of different times, and he's
Mm.
just kind of compiled them all together. And
But it's
Right.
all his work. It's
Yeah.
all of his
Yeah,
paintings.
yeah.
That. Yeah.
As far as I
Jelly
know,
Roll Morton.
nice. Yeah.
That's a nice thing. That. Yeah.
But he's got that, and obviously he's got the sweeter side of Crumb. And there's another one as well that's just like all just these kind of basic one-off art
Yeah.
parts
Not
on
comics.
his wee
drawings.
strips. Yeah. And then
Oh.
obviously you get your other side of Crumb.
The smut.
Yeah.
It's funny. I
The
never.
real Crumb.
I never. You know I love Crumb, but I never bother with these. I never buy
No.
them.
It's alright. I just.
It's like they look nice, but I'm not buying it.
No, that's fair enough.
I guess I want a story from them. You know?
I just like seeing his.
That
his
one's
art
so
pieces.
nice. Yeah.
Is that the receipt still in the front?
Yeah, Groucho's $2.99.
$2.99, yeah.
Bargain.
Yeah.
CD and the book. $2.99.
How much would it normally cost?
$19.99, isn't it? It's on the inside cover.
Fucking hell.
UK £10.95.
Oh, okay.
$10.95.
Oh, is it maybe? Have I seen the dollar sign at
Very
the top?
nice. Yeah.
$19.95.
Show me the dollar.
Yeah,
dollars.
That's it.
Show me the dollar.
Nice little book.
Oh, it's a lovely little put together thing. It's a
Yeah.
nice size and everything as well. For
That-
what it is, you know what I mean?
That Arkram handbook's great, isn't it?
Oh, I love that
That's a
thing.
terrific book.
That's a good one.
With the CD.
It's
and
like everything.
I know, it's a good overview.
That CD's good as well. Because he has a lot of live pieces that he does. Just him on like
Yeah.
a banjo or a guitar
That's
or
right.
something. And it's just a wee small, you can hear it, it's like a small room in like New York or something. And he's kind of just set up with a wee band and they've played a wee bit of
Robert
country or folk, yeah.
Oh,
Mr. Miracle's on his
Exactly,
way.
man.
good.
Should be in the post. He would arrive now this week. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week.
Oh, you
What is
made
it?
me want to buy some.
What was it you're waiting for?
Mr. Miracle, Jack Kirby's Mr. Miracle.
And it's the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Right.
Oh, did you buy it?
Yes.
Oh.
It's in the post. It's in this pile.
This is a big
Sounds
hardback,
like sweet
right?
when that arrives.
It's one of the big. No, it's a paperback. Right?
Right.
It puts all the Mr. Miracle together. So yeah,
That's
it came out last month, just at the end of last month. So
Right. Cool.
Yeah, that's
Came
what
out.
we were speaking about it, weren't we?
yeah, I'm more than this.
Yeah, I'm tempted to buy it, even though I've got 12 of the 18 issues.
Keep going with the issues, man.
But
Well,
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna.
You
but I'd
could
like to see
and
it.
sell the comics
If you-
I'll bring it. I'll bring it the next time. And you can have a look.
That'll be nice.
from afar.
I hope it's
afar.
all
Green
that
corner, though, there it is.
Hope it's
Not
not
touch
glossy
it.
paper. It's kind of.
I
Does
don't
it
know.
not say it?
You see when you get it.
Yeah, sometimes they don't. They put it in the.
I would
description.
imagine it'll be glossy paper.
You think?
This-
Well, that's still
well, I
nice.
would
Whatever
imagine.
they do, it'll be nice. Kirby, Mr. Miracle. Love that.
Oh, it's got to have Big Barder in it, doesn't it?
She isn't it?
Yes, I'm a fan now.
Steady.
And,
When you get home.
and I think it's the Demon is coming out
This month, later on
The
this
Demon
month,
as
yeah.
well. Oh boy.
And New Gods. I think New Gods is out, isn't it? Or it's about no, it's in
New
December.
Gods.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking
In
at. That I was
December.
saying to you.
That's the most
I'm
expensive one.
considering maybe doing it because that's got that and all the other stories that tie into it. I think.
Probably you'll be able to get it around about the £80.
Yeah.
I would imagine that would
That's
be
the
a good
biggest
price.
one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the all New Gods, but that'll be a massive. I think it's about 1,000 odd pages.
And I'm just assuming it's brilliant.
Really brilliant.
Yes, well ahead of his time.
Right.
That was Jack Kirby's.
So is that when the drawing is the kind of drawing that was
Yeah, the real full
later?
cosmic
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
power. Yeah.
Kirby Unleashed.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's right.
Kirby on this, absolutely. Absolutely, Kirby on this.
Anybody been reading anything recently worth mentioning?
I read that Galactus, and I read a book by Adrian Tomine.
Oh.
I think it's Tomine.
Tomine.
Tomine. I was just saying Tomine like Carmine.
I actually know.
Killing him.
Tomine.
Killing and dying.
Ah.
Oh, really?
Killing and dying. Well,
That's great.
Yeah.
Is that the
That's been sitting on
comedian?
my fucking
Is that the
wish
girl
list.
It
that's
is,
the
it is
stand-up
really,
comedian?
Yeah.
really good.
I
Yeah.
love. I
Yeah.
really like him. I read
Yeah,
this.
it was good. Alaska, is it for my birthday this
Yeah,
year?
it's really good. Good
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, great comic.
Sat down and read it in 2 sittings. It was good.
Really clever
5
structure.
stories, yeah.
Really cleverly done. Every page is
Strange, not strange, but kind of bit offbeat, a bit
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
oh, that's a funny twist.
yeah. And then it's
Interesting.
a really interesting story across loads of Sunday style strips. You know,
Yeah.
just little one page.
Really nice drawings.
Yeah.
Reminding me
Really
of Thingy's artwork.
Close.
Yeah, it is like Klaus.
Daniel Close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much like that.
Yeah.
No, more like Jimmy Corrigan.
All right.
A bit.
Chris Ware,
Chris
yeah.
Ware.
Yeah, it is like Chris
Okay.
Ware. Sort of like
Yeah,
a
a wee bit,
combination of the two, I
yeah.
think. It's got the cleanness.
But I enjoyed it.
Like,
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good.
Multiple panels, maybe sort of Chris Ware-esque, right now.
well, those
Get
are
off
pretty
me.
good.
Yeah, I've had a nice
I'll bring
month
them.
of reading.
Yeah.
And I've started The
Lovely.
Invisibles. I've nearly
Oh,
finished
that
the first
is-
volume of that. I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Shame.
Very good.
Also, the endings were a bit like, oh, it's just kind of ended. And a couple of them I was like, right, this is where I'm supposed to understand it, where it's all come together and understand the message, but I didn't.
But maybe not.
But I didn't know.
Sometimes it's more vague, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're left with a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's great to
ring
get a
and
comic where you feel something. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bloody hell, it's, more often than not you don't.
that's right. Just a sort of vague feeling of kind of apathy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you read it and go,
Yeah, that's
but that was very involving.
yeah.
Feeling that more and more these days with a lot of them. So it is good to feel something,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
I think with something like that as well, it's so kind of pared back. Like the emotions are so pared back, so you have to kind of meet it
Yeah.
halfway. you know?
Yeah.
And I think the more you do that, the more involved you are
Yes.
with what's going on.
Totally.
Yeah, like there's an ending to that, I'm like, where are they?
Yeah,
Can you remember it? It's like there's been an apocalypse.
it
Because
kind
you
of does
can't
feel
see
like that.
Because
yeah.
you can't see the faces either. And it says, I used to look like that. And you don't see the faces.
No, I don't remember that bit. I do remember there is this sort of feeling of cataclysm about it, though. It does feel like it's kind of after some kind of terrible event.
Unless I'm mixing up. Yeah. Because there's a bit in The Invisibles I've just read where I think they're in the future and it goes,
Oh, that's
it's
that's
sunny all the time after
yeah.
the war.
Oh, see,
kind
that
of
doesn't ring a bell either, actually. That does seem the sort of thing that would be in The Invisibles, though.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that actually, that's good.
Invisible.
Yeah. Now that I've kind of got the run and I can read it in order and stuff.
Fucking Morris.
Yeah, but...
Is he a prick?
I just don't like
You're
him.
not a fan?
No.
No.
I like his public speaking.
Yeah.
He's got a good persona about
Yeah.
him. But
You
fucking
don't like his comics?
no.
Not at all, really?
No. I
Not
don't like.
even not even All Star Superman. Come on.
No, I don't like how I'm forced to reread his stuff.
You are forced to.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
I hate it.
I hate that. So I hate being forced to.
Yeah.
How are you forced to reread his stuff?
Because to fully understand it, I have
Oh,
to
right,
go
yeah.
back and read it again.
Oh,
I
right,
know
yeah.
that.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. You can't just read it once and go, I get that. There is some kind of catastrophe, isn't there? Or it feels like it.
And look, you don't really... It's... Because it says, oh, that was a couple of years ago. But then
This is the one where everyone's like, oh, she's a... Like
Yeah. That was a funny story and all.
Yeah.
I've often been mistaken.
It happens. It does happen, actually, yeah.
Seen it?
I've
not read
That's
it.
good.
I've been
read it
reading
yet, but-
Joe Kubert's Facts from Sarajevo, which is a graphic novel from a while ago, but I got my hands digitally, and it's regarding the story of an artist from that era from Yugoslavia and during the Yugoslavian Civil War.
Nice.
Ervin Rustemagic. Very touching, very, very emotional. And it starts, each episode of this graphic novel starts with a letter, a fax, or a telegram, either from Ervin in Yugoslavia trying to contact his friends in Europe, because he was a comic artist, he worked with magazines and other editors, trying to get contacts to them, or even with Joe Kuber. Joe Kuber, he was involved with all this kind of network of communication at that time. That was before internet, there was no emails, things like that.
Yeah.
And he tells a story about the war
It's
and how
so
Yeah,
fake
they
it is.
are. It's lovely.
Jesus, it's so nice.
And I mean, we know Joe Kuber, he did war comics, especially
Yeah.
Sergeant Rock, for example. But in here, he's touching war, but he's touching war in a very humane.
It's funny though, he's still sort of telling it in a kind of quite a kind of almost melodramatic way. Like the colours
Yes.
are really rich, and there's a lot
Yes.
of hard lighting, and
Yeah.
it looks stunning though.
It helps because it's a serious. He says he tries his best to try to put through the story. It's not his story.
No.
He just wants to make sure everyone actually reads the story.
Yeah,
It's able
yeah.
to come across, because these kind of things should not happen. Civil war should not happen. War should not happen. But it's
is wonderful. It's a really, really good, really touching
He's
story.
just such
And
a great. He's such a great dramatist, isn't he? Like he really, like his angles are always really good, and his acting is really good, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just, it's great. I mean, I thoroughly recommend to read it. It's painful at times. It's not nice at times, but you know, it's the war.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's.
That's a fine looking thing.
So yeah, pass around. You can have a look. But I thought it was amazing. Fantastic graphic novel. I know it's from a wee while ago, but I've only had the chance recently to actually read it, and I thoroughly enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things I read.
Facts from
Nice
Sarajevo.
angle. Nice angle there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Under the bridge.
yeah, and at the end of the book you'll see also photographs of Joe Cooper when he visited Yugoslavia prior to the war, and he met Erwin and his family, and then you see photographs during the war and after the war, and you know, at that time Sarajevo, that area of Yugoslavia, was beautiful. It was a fantastic beautiful country, got completely destroyed by the war, and so yeah.
How do you think Kubert compares to someone like Eisner for telling this sort of story? Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
Is that too big a question?
well, no, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I thought in this one, Kubert, in this one in particular, I thought to me it was as good as Eisner.
Yeah.
I know that. I mean, wait a second.
No, yeah.
But I thought in this particular one, he took his time to make it. Melodramatic, but because it has to be melodramatic. You know, you can't just touch this lightly.
No, right.
You can't just go over it. Oh yeah, and that's
Makes me think of like European, like
yes,
Corto Maltese, Hugo Pratt kind of style.
Yeah. I think that's right. I see that.
And he tries
lovely,
to try to make it, and then it plays. It's the style as you go along. It changes slightly these points of view, but they still make it really nice. I mean, it's probably one of the best works that Joe Cooper has done ever. I mean,
I'm going to read this.
it's really good. I found the time to read it, and it's a book you can come back, read it again, and yeah,
Is there any tension with, you know, it's quite serious, and then it's got like the big sound effect lines, you know. It's got all the Joe Kubert, Sergeant Rock action war.
There are elements there.
So I'm wondering if there's if you're ever reading it going,
he's
went about Sergeant Rock again.
Yeah. There are elements of it, but he's been very careful not to go through that. And well, at least that's my take on it when I read it, because I thought, and even if it was there, I didn't notice it.
So maybe as you get into the story, do you not think of that?
I think a Euro comic would tell the story in exactly this way, and kind of not blink twice about it being
because it's Cuban.
We're making an association with it. I almost wonder if it would have been better off in black and white. Do you know what I mean? Like the colour gives it a like almost too much richness. Like the person that was colouring it was like, oh, that's a cool moment. Like none of these are cool moments, really. You know?
Exactly.
His next one was black and white. Yeah, that was really serious as well. That was the one where he told the story. It was a fiction, but it was like an artist that got caught up in the war, and so he was imagining himself if he had, you know, been caught up to such an extent as a kid. I don't know if you remember that book, but that was all black and white. And
I know which one.
It was meant to be drawn on scraps of paper and things like that. I can't remember what it was called.
I suppose the question is it okay to use kind of action tropes to tell like a really serious story? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
is it alright to use action in that way, you know? Because this looks action packed, but that's not quite right.
But
do you know what I mean?
it's not about the action. It's you know, because I mean, there's a section where, and that's what happened. He used to, in order to send faxes or letters, he used to take the car, drive from one city, from one town, get across a motorway where it was a place where a lot of snipers would be shooting at any vehicle, any person would be passing across. And he was in this car, taking the car, go to the hospital, in the hospital be able to use the fax machine there, and at the same time maybe either bringing medicines or taking medicines to another town or taking a doctor, bringing a doctor or someone injured. Cheers. And in one of the scenes, it says he gets the car and he packs the car literally with comics and magazines, because the paper, if you get shot, actually it stops the bullet in order to protect. So it's how comics actually protected him. That's a comic artist is trying to drive forward. Meanwhile, has other artists in Europe, in Holland, in France, and Joe Cooper itself in the United States that are trying to, we're going to speak with the French embassy and trying to get you a visa to be able to leave the country, because the people were not able to leave the country. They were not allowed. Yeah. And United Nations was there, but it was such a mess. Yeah. They wanted to be involved, but they didn't want to be involved either. There was a lot of bureaucracy and errors, and it was a mess.
There was a lot of skullduggery.
But it's a really, really passionate story, very emotional, and I think it transmits everything in there very, very well. When I was in Menorca during the war, I remember there were kids from Bosnia that came to Menorca to live with us. We used to play basketball with them. We were about our age, slightly younger than us. Right. I remember Vladimir and I remember Nesho, and they came from Yugoslavia.
Did so that you always or?
Well, actually they settled. They settled, and I know Nesho has been traveling through Spain and in Europe, because he was fantastic with languages. He would speak German, French, Spanish, Italian, English.
These pals here.
I used to work with different hotels and being a translator.
Do these pals look like they're from Watchmen? The way that it's been drawn, the way it's been coloured, even the text up here, it's got that sort of a bit of Dave Gibbons.
Kind of the colour, because it's a flatter, it's a secondary colour palette, and it looks kind of that. Yeah. That it gives you that.
That's one of the nicest looking comics I've ever seen. That's absolutely gorgeous.
I thoroughly recommend it.
Yeah. Is it rare to get in print, then?
I haven't seen it in print, unfortunately. But I knew about it and I thought, I want to get it. So I managed to get a digital copy. But
Your Song was that other one, the black and white one. That was the name.
Yes.
Your Song.
Yeah.
I've just remembered another graphic novel I have which has a sort of music moment in it. It's the crossover between Batman and Judge Dredd when Judge Death comes to Gotham City.
Yeah,
disguised as he's at that rock concert.
That's right. Yeah, it does almost
with
like
the Mean Angel
Jagger style thing, doesn't he? Yeah.
There's all these heavy metal guys.
Yeah. And he's there to kill them all, basically.
Yeah. It's just a complete and utter slaughter.
Great comic that. It's so OTT and sort of terrible, It's great.
It started another fad of comic crossovers, that one. They seem to come up in bursts, and that was the start of a 1990s burst.
Yeah.
Oh, that's heavy.
It's heavy. It's worth it to read it, though. I don't want to spoil it, but there's hope, and there's an end, and there's a nice end. But what they go through, and as you read it, you realize, wait a second, these characters I'm reading, these actually are real people.
Yeah.
That's where they live. That's what happened. So it's a fantastic story.
He's a great creator, Joe. Much missed, I think.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and he's sort of great right up to the end, I think.
Yes. Because that was later in his career.
Yeah.
Much later in his career.
Yeah, like he's in it, and you can see how much older he is.
Yes. Yeah. But this one in particular is the Dark Horse edition, which I think is the only publisher who's done it. I think there's not been any other versions, but that's 1996. But Facts from Sarajevo.
That's a good one, Nando.
Yeah.
Anybody else reading anything?
No. No, I'm not. I go through these phases where I don't read anything for ages. It's usually when like the last thing I want to do is go off and read some comics. And the other problem as well is if I do go off and read comics, I don't really read them. I just sort of look at the technique and go, oh, I'll nick that, I'll nick that. That's a good thing, I'll have that.
Spoken like someone who works for DC or Marvel.
Yes, well, so I'm tempted to start rereading Dave Sims' Cerebus, which he's an arsehole, Dave Sims, so it does make it more difficult. But I've never met him. Maybe he's great. I don't know. But I do really, really admire his technique. But that's the problem. I'll probably start rereading it and just be going, oh, that's a really nice line. That's really good. I'll nick that. And it's just, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Not really immersed. Yeah. I think I read it in the 90s, like literally across the 90s. You know.
Yeah.
I recently bought 80s, complete 80s nostalgia, He-Man Masters of the Universe with Thundercats.
Oh wow!
I bought it. I've not read it yet, but I am planning to read it.
Oh, is it the crossover?
Yeah,
the crossover
the
is
DC
excellent.
crossover.
It is really, really
the
good.
artwork. I had a wee look at the artwork, and it looks brilliant. My favourite character, Slythe, is in it, and he gets punched in the nose by He-Man.
Yeah. Is it actually like 80s comic? It's not.
No, it's not 80s, but
it's like last year or something.
Yeah. Alright, so it's like a redo.
It's surprisingly quite good.
Yeah.
I was quite into it. Yeah. I was going to say it really scratched the nostalgia itch, but it did. But it was quite a fun. Have you read it yet? Yeah,
not yet. But I have read the. I talked about this a couple of sessions ago. The crossover of Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I hear that's quite good.
And it's pretty good, but there was some toward the end. The one little disappointment is that all of Batman's villains, most of them can stand alone, and they only really need one. Maybe at most, maybe two. But what often happens when you have all these big scenarios, they get all the villains and they just put them all at the same, and they all battle and they all get beat as well.
Yeah.
So they just kind of throw them all in there. Yeah. And it kind of downplays the villains. They could easily have just stuck with one or two of them.
Yeah. Who would have been a good villain for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Well, there were two main villains.
Batman villain.
There were two main villains. There were Penguin and there was Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, it's quite good. Yeah.
But toward
Penguin
the end,
seems like
all
a
of
good
them
fit
were.
as
All of them were. You probably spotted my T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
All of them were just transformed into mutagenic animals that are closely resembling theirs. Well, Cobblepots. You don't have to.
Man-Bat's
who his was. I recently watched the
Mad Genius
well,
experiment.
I don't think he was in that, but I recently watched the two episodes from the animated series in the early 90s.
On Leather Wings.
And the other one, Night Terror in the Sky, and they were absolutely fantastic and underrated.
You know, Killer Croc would be good.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly. I was
Down in the
grasping
sewers.
towards one, and I couldn't quite land on it. And I think he's the guy. Yeah.
I think Mad Hatter would be pretty good. Turn one of them against the rest of them.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe like get into his bandana.
Yeah.
And fuck up his
Yeah,
bandana so
yeah.
he becomes like a psycho.
So I found a website that occasionally does free comics from these wee independent sort of creators, and I found one called Fight and Fight 2 by Jack Teagle.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack Teagle.
Yeah, and then he's got a lot of his stuff up on this one site.
Right.
That one is yours.
But this fight was fantastic. Like, I didn't actually realise what it was going to be going in. I thought it was just going to be like a wrestling story or something.
But that's God or Jesus.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Satan, right?
But it's not.
It's not
At the same point, it comes across like that. Like, it's like that's the wrestling personas.
Yeah.
But this guy here is just a guy born with the deformity of horns, and he's like sick of always being the bad guy. And he basically they show the wrestling match, but then they start to show the outside of it, and it's like, why do you always get to be the good guy, kind of thing? And basically, as it goes through the story, it shows that he's actually a really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
Who's had a lot of bad luck, and the good guy is a bit of an arsehole, and the guy who runs the wrestling promotion is just basically just a fucking moustache twiddling evil dude, and he's just out for the money, and he tries to get him done in, basically, and it's just his kind of redemption story to
That's
come
good.
back and
Yeah, cool.
look like the really good. But it's fucking great.
Yeah.
I expected.
What's the name of the site? Where'd you get it from?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I need to go and try and find it on the Mac before you go.
This is nice, by the way.
I'll email it.
It's good, yeah.
Once I find it, I'll email it out. But I got tons of them. I got absolutely fucking loads
Nice.
off of this website. But it's like some of them are charged,
Yeah.
and some of them are just take
Free,
it kind of thing. Yeah. But there's loads of them. Fight 1 and Fight 2 though were the two sort of standout ones.
Right, guys.
See you later.
Sure, Dan.
Bye bye.
See you later.
See ya. Congrats, by the way.
Continue to stay up to date with That Comic Smell on Twitter @ThatComicSmell. You can also send us any comments or queries at thatcomicsmell@gmail.com. To listen to our previous episodes or to follow us or subscribe, you can reach us at SoundCloud, YouTube and iTunes. Thanks for listening.
The music that we were kindly allowed to use for this week's podcast was by Side Saddle, and the track is Dog in the Night. You can find out more and grab tracks from Side Saddle at sidesaddlemusic.com. That's SIDESADDLE music.com.